in this video we are going to discuss about some previous trades which were in our watch list previous week and in the last 2 weeks, and we are going to discuss our trade on KTK Bank, on Precall Limited, and on RP Tech. And we are going to discuss these three stocks and also some stocks that are looking good for the next week and which were good but we left them. Okay, so these were the things. First of all, I just want to inform that if you look at KTK Bank, okay, if you look at KTK Bank right over here, from our entry point, from our average point, basically, it is up absolutely 13%. Okay, in not more, not a lot sessions, and the ADR was less as well. And if you look, I made my first YouTube video on KTK Bank trade explained only on 22nd July, and when we entered. Okay, so if we go on 22nd July, that was this day. Okay, that was this absolute day, and we entered at the bottom of it, and I discussed this with everyone, and then it gave us more chances, then it just rallied. Okay, and it was from not the best performing sector, but it was from a good performing sector. So if you can look at it, KTK Bank, we informed around these levels in the YouTube video only. So if you follow me, everywhere we were in this trade very aggressively. Okay, with this, if you I can drop this YouTube video link, or you can visit my channel and just look at it, and then you'll be able to understand the KTK Bank whole process. So what happened in KTK Bank really after that, that on this earning day, the earnings, if we see, were good. Okay, they were not the best, they were good. Okay, and then it fell by 3% and then came back here. And many people who are not in the academy, they just exited the stock seemingly that they are getting break even and the stock will go perform like this, but they don't have patience. And what just happened, that after 2 days there was a sudden breakout with a very large amount of volumes. And if you look at it, after that the markets were also performing, and the KTK Bank has also performed. If you look at the markets, okay, so if you look at the markets has also performed really well. From, if we talk about 22nd July, okay, so from over 22nd July, from over here till now, it is up 2.39%. So it is a very beautiful number to call out. And then if we look at it, okay, and about the closing auction session, it was also adjusting a lot. But if we look at KTK Bank, it has also performed. So you can visit this video and then look at it. I am currently holding this with 95% of my positions. 5% I have exited at 313. Okay, so Precall Limited, let's just see. Precall Limited, we have made 20% returns, and I have an academy watchlist right over here which I share for free as well on Sunday night in the in our free Telegram group. The link is in the description, so you can join our free Telegram group as well. And I share some stocks over there, and I share more stocks in the academy. Those are for educational purposes only. So if you look at it, Precall Limited, when did we enter? 27th July. Okay, so you can see it was on a third of our list, and I shared this. Okay, so over this 27 to 31st July, I shared Precall Limited right over here. Okay, and then you look at Precall Limited, I gave it a total 9 on 10 score. Okay, so I had almost 40% positions in this. Okay, so what was our plan? Our plan was that it was from, first of all, auto. If we look at auto, first of all, let's go to some sectors analysis. Okay, if we look at it, I was very bullish on auto. I was very bullish on consumer durable, EV, and auto on 27th to 31st July. Let's look at all of them. Let's look at auto, what it did, Let's look at consumer durable, what it did. Let's look at EV, what it did. Okay, 6% returns, and we are gaining 20%, 20 to 25% returns from a stock in a matter of 1 week. Okay, and our whole portfolio is up 14% in the last week. So that is such a beautiful thing for all the academy members and the free public Telegram group which we were observing. Okay, so if we look at Nifty Auto right now, it was having a breakout from over here. It was having a breakout from these levels as well, and we just shared at these levels that we are bullish on this. We are bullish on auto sector by a lot, and the same thing happened. It was consolidating, then a rally. Okay, and then if we look at some stocks like Precall Limited, what happened really, that there was a VCP pattern in form, if we talk about it on the monthly, let's go on the monthly. We entered right over here, so let's talk from these levels. Okay, so we were seeing that this was in a prior uptrend, okay, and respecting 10 EMA by too much. Then it hit 20 EMA, tried to go to 50, did not. And then what happened at these levels? It made a high, then went back, and then made a low. So we marked these things, and yes, in a monthly it was very strong. Then if you go to weekly channel, let's look at the weekly. What happened in the weekly? We mark the high of it, we mark the high air, okay, and then we see a strong downside move, 19%. Okay, then it went up to the same, from the same level it went down 16%. Then it consolidated at 50. This was the perfect time to add, but we were not attentive with pre-call at these times, but it's absolutely okay. Then it went up, then it consolidated a bit with 10 EMA on the weekly, so it was very strong for this. Okay, and this fall, if you calculate, this fall was just minus 6% on the weekly, so it was looking very beautiful. And if you look on the daily channel, it is just looking like a perfect VCB pattern. And then if we see that the 10 EMA was consolidating, the prices were consolidating, this before this, the 10 EMA was sloping down. Okay, all the EMAs were above the prior one, but this candle did a very strong move. Volume started to come in, and after this candle, I recognize that there is a very great VCP pattern in form. And from over here, if we set a stop loss of a big 6%, and will be able to easily have a 3 hour. Okay, and then we sell all of it at this point. In not holding this anymore. If we come back and get a chance, we will add more positions. But I exited everything at this point. Okay, after this rally of 20%, after we have achieved 3R, because it was a very short rally. Okay, 3R rally, so it had to come down because the expansion quality is not good, but we had the chance to benefit from it. Okay, let's look at RP Tech. What was in the RP Tech? First, we have add RP Tech over here. And if we look at electronic distributors, this is my indicator which is shared in the academy exclusively. So if I look on this indicator, we look at it that it was not performing very well for some time and was taking a pullback from 50 MA. Okay, and then what happened, that it did take a pullback and did give very much returns. Okay, so this was our indicator. And over here we have added this because on the weekly, if we look at it, there was a great move, and we have added very less over here. I think 10-20% of our total positions. For example, if we wanted to add 20% there of our total capital, then we added 4% of our total capital at these levels. Okay, so from 502 we were holding, had some 1 to 2% positions exited at these levels. As I have a big capital, 1 to 2% is a much for me. Okay, and then it consolidated a lot. We have not added here and did a fault. Okay, and then what happened, it made a pattern and it was coming back to 10 EM. I was not tracking it on weekly because weekly was looking like some extended, so I wanted it to be short term. Okay, so after these levels, if we look at it, it made our bottom and consolidating with 20 MA, and then it just rose up and up. And if we look at this day after the earning on, I think 4th August, it declared very good earnings, but still, and it gapped up 11%, but then managed to close at positive 4%. Okay, but I have hit still. I did not sell all of it over here. I sold, I think I had 15% positions in this, and I sold 5% of them, and was had a stop loss of this level. If you can see, uh, 840, but it did not touch that point and might go from over here. Not a buy sell recommendation at all, just analyzing. And in total, I think we have gained almost 81% returns. And from over here, if we look at it, 27% returns, and current is running 19%. The average is supposedly 25-30% returns right now. Okay, are in RP Tech, and we have made a lot, and we were discussing this in our public free Telegram group on Instagram as well. And all the analysis was done. So this was some trade on RP Tech. RP Tech's sector was very good. The distribution services I was very bullish on, and over the distribution services, electronic distributors. So if you look at it, 15 July. Okay, let's go to the previous watch list. If you look at it on one number, it was RP Tech. Okay, 13 July to 17 July. On first number it was RP Tech. Okay, and this is all done, this is all shared with academy members already, so this is not scripted afterwards. Okay, and on 3rd to 7th August, and you can look at it that I share top 3 stocks in my free telegram group as well. And if you look at it, some stocks like Lloyd sent more defense. Okay, for example, more defense was going down, and if you look at it, we shared it more defense. Okay, and then when you look at it, okay, what happened, it just consolidated. We added at 50 EMA at these levels, and I mentioned it at as well, and you can see a bull run, a good bull run came. Okay, so more defense was also good. Aether, we have also shared Aether at these levels, 963, at around these levels as well. And if you want a whole YouTube video for Aether, do tell me, I'll make one. Okay, and then some more stocks which were in our positions like Motherson, we have shared this in this week. I can take you 3rd to 7th August, I think. Third number, it was Motherson, what we shared. Okay, and I shared about these things analysis. You can read them by pausing the video. And then if you go on Motherson, we have added this right over here at 148, and it is at 168. That means huge, absolutely 13% returns in some time. Okay, and then the stop loss was just 3%. So basically 4 hour we have achieved, and we were 25% in it. PGIL, we were up, we are I think up 20%, 15, 18% we are up, and we have added at these levels. I also shared it. uh, Okay, so you can see I also shared this in our academy with some analysis, because in our academy a weekly session is also done on Saturdays and Sundays of 2 hours. So we share that too, and this we share just for educational purposes, not a buy sell recommendation. You also have to analyze on your own before taking any decisions. Okay, so PGIL was one of them. Lloyd sent 9% returns was one of them. So we share these stocks in our academy groups basically. Okay, on in and you can find the academy link in the description. It is your choice. Yearly 15 is always available for you to use the coupon, so all the things will be over there. Nifty India Defense, we were sharing defense stocks till 3 days, and from over here we shared it 2 days. It gave 3% returns, and defense stocks blasted, but we were in the defense already. That was more defense. Okay, PSU banks. If we talk about some upcoming sectors I'm focusing on, that was PSU banks, India defense, auto, IT. Okay, and consumer durables and EV. These are the 6 sectors I'm focusing on. Why? Because on the technical basis, if we look at it, it has given a trend line breakout, and with RSI being positive, defense also, it has on a weekly, if we look at it, it is at its all-time high and gave a breakout. Then the expansion was not pretty good, so it lagged over here, and then from 10 EMA it rose up, then lagged again, then 10 EMA it rose up. So I'm very bullish on this for the next 1 year. And the auto sector also I'm very bullish on for some time. Okay, and if we look at it on the daily, there was a huge uh, breakdown over here. If we look at it, it was a huge breakdown, 17%. Then if we look at it, it was 6%, and then if we look at it, it was 3%. So it was the time to go up, and a short VCP pattern was made. People are not able to identify this, but we teach this, and tell me if you want a video on that too. IT, if we look at the IT sector, it is performing very well. If you look at the highs, it is currently I think 40% down from the highs, and we have added this at this absolute level. And even if it reaches to the top, it will give us how many returns? That is basically 40% returns. So basically it has a lot more potential right now, and we are focusing on IT for long term stocks like BLS International Services. BLS International Service, on the long term, we will talk about, if we want to talk about reversal, that will be basically the level of this 277. Okay, so if it crosses above 277, I think we can turn into a bullish mode. But we have added this at 230, and we are going to look for this stock. It has a less PE, and I have had a research report on this as well. So everything is shared in our free public telegram group and in the academy, so some things differ. And if we look at these things, our trades were looking very good. If you want to be the part of the academy, you can go down there and check the description. And if you want to get everything for free, you can also join our public free telegram, as it has also a lot of things. Okay, so in the academy there is our courses and well, so that's the basic difference. And if we look at more stocks, okay, Minda Corp, we have added at these levels. Why? Because of our reversal position which we took, as it was from auto sector as well. We were very bullish on auto sector. I think 60-70% of my capital is in auto sector. Lloyds and we were bullish on, but we entered over here and then have hit a stop loss of this level. So no, not a problem. Two of our stop losses just hit in the last 8 stocks, so that's basically a very good win rate, a 75-80% win rate. And then if we calculate at NRB bearings, we were focusing on this, did not add, because I was trying to add it at these levels, but then it just fell. And it was from auto as well, it was not able to add, but it's looking good now. Radico Ketan, we added this at this level 3674 and holding this till from this level, okay, and give almost 22% returns. So that's the difference between that Radico has given us 22% returns in 1.5 months, and where Precall has given 20% returns in just 5 sessions. That's basically the power of sector, but we can't do anything. We have to go according to this. Okay, some IPOs also we analyze, so that's also a thing. And if you want to know more about some things and want which video to come next, so do tell me that what video do you want to come next, about what analysis do you want, scanners, VCP patterns, or what for free. And also we host live free webinars in our Telegram group as well, so join that to enroll in it. Thank you everyone.